Weekly freebie games for you.
And deals too. Alright, you beautiful peoples of the interwebs, it's me, Glyn, CheapSkate Gamer, or if you're watching on Rumble, the Wokepotamus. And again, it's that time of week where we do the Freebie Weekly Games Roundup, where I check out your free games you can grab right now on various places, but there's also some subscription games on there. So if you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, we're doing the Amazon Prime weekly drops. PlayStation Plus, if there's anything new added to that, Xbox Game Pass, we check that out as well, and we check out some of the deals. Anyway, more jibber jabber, let's get on with it. And we always go first place we go. Here we go, we're on the Epic Game Store. Now this is a completely free, you can make a free account and you can grab them. They drop free games every week on the Epic Game Stores. We're starting to get into the repeat territory. They're doing this mystery game thing at the minute. So there was 2 mystery games up. They've just dropped. One of them, Cat Quest, has been on before. I've checked. If I check on it, it's easy for me to know if they've been on before because it'll be in my library. And I've bought little to nothing ever off Epic Game Stores. So it's in... I know that's disgraceful, isn't it? But I'm all about freebies, aren't I? I'm all about freebies. So anyway, Cat Quest, I haven't played it. I couldn't tell you what it's like. There we are. There's some film of it playing. Looks like an adventure game, multi-award. Well, it's won awards, but that means nothing nowadays. You can pretty much buy your reviews from IGN, can't you? Anyway, multi-award winning action RPG. Cat Quest looks loot-fueled cat adventure, is beautifully crafted, as its combat and magic are ultra satisfying. Ooh. Universally adored by critics, it'll have you purring for joy. Oh, we love that. So my cat's just off. She didn't fancy that game. Anyway, but fortunately this week we have got 2 games from the Epic Game Stores. We also got, and this one isn't a repeat, it's called Neko Ghost Jump. Let's have a little look at the video on this. And this is Neko Ghost Jump. Is a puzzle platformer where you not only switch between 2D and 3D camera perspectives, but also between your physical and ghost forms to solve puzzles, combat enemies, and clear levels faster. So 3D puzzly, 2D puzzly combat, not combat, but platform adventure game. Looks alright. I don't mind puzzles. Are they going to be hard or tricky? Looks okay. Doesn't look amazeballs or anything, but could have some fun with it. Anyway, again, I haven't got this one yet, so I'll show you how easy it is to grab a game. Here we go. You press the get button. Once you've got an Epic account, it'll come up with this big white thing meaning nothing, and you just press place order and then accept. Wait for the twizzle to finish twizzling. It's still twizzling. There we go, and that's it. That's done. You can continue browsing and blah blah blah. So that's how quick it is to add a game to your. You don't have to download it. You can just add it to your library. See, I'll show you. I've never really show you this, do I? I won't go in here because this isn't actually. Oh yeah, in library. Look. This is actually the web browser where there is a app that you'll have on your PC. But anyway, there we are. That's it. That's added. They also do mobile games, but I can't bring that app up on my PC for some silly reason. So I don't know what the free mobile game is. That's going to be a bit tricky to do. But okay, let's move on to Prime Gaming, because I only just looked like literally 10 seconds ago before I pressed play. I had a quick look and I was very impressed by this week's Prime games. So Prime, if you don't realise, Amazon Prime drop free games every week as part of your Prime subscription, but you will need other accounts to put those games on. For instance, Forgotten City here is going straight onto your Prime account, but this Whizbury Mystery, that's going on a Legacy of Games account. Then we've got Game Deck here is going onto a GOG account, and then finally Let's Build a Zoo is going on to your Epic Game Stores account. Now last week they even had Windows account and Xbox, so you're going to need, a lot of people moan about them, it's never an account, playing Game Origin, and oh yeah. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to play the games, you've got to have the accounts on there if you like it or not. And if they're giving you free games, why not just stick them on there? I mean, if you don't want a lot of these other ones, I mean, you're going to have Prime. If you've got Prime, if you're collecting Prime games, have the Prime one, and definitely have a GOG account. and definitely have an Epic Game Stores account. The GOG account is awesome. GOG is a great place. Although I'm struggling to get it to read my Steam library at the minute. That's broken for some reason. It's a shame because I used to have it, but all my games would appear on GOG and I could use it as a launch browser. Anyway, right, let's check out what games we've got, because I've just been jibber-jabbering for way too much. Forgotten City, great game. So this game, it's very clever in that it uses the, I don't know if it's the Oblivion engine or the Skyrim engine, essentially. It's one of these games where it's a time loop game. So it's going to be very hard for me to explain. Best play it. If you like games like Skyrim or that sort of thing, try this Forgotten City. Essentially, you go through it. If you die or you trigger something, you escape and then you restart the same level again, but events that you've done previously can be remembered in your next playthrough. I'll give you an example. At the very early on in the game, there's this bit where an assassin comes and he goes into one of the buildings. Now, when he goes into one of the buildings, you can trigger it so that the roof falls. So it kills the assassin, but you don't know that until after that event has happened. So the second time you play through, you know, oh, if I go here, I can get the roof to collapse on this assassin so he doesn't kill me. You know, there's little things like that happens in the game. Winsbury Mystery, I've got no idea. It's one of those legacy game, pointy, clicky puzzle things. I always add them, but I've never played one yet. Game Deck. Now this game got quite a... I'll click on it. Let's have a little look at the graphics. I've had this in my library for a long time, and I've still yet to ever play it. But it's well liked and it's well reviewed, and I've still got no idea what goes on, but we'll read it. Game Deck is a single player cyberpunk isometric RPG. You're a game detective who solves crimes inside virtual worlds. Use your wits to gather info from your witnesses and suspects. Getting to the bottom of the deceptive schemes, the game continually adapts to your decisions, but never judges. And there we are. Nice to see. It's not even that old. It's 2021. I've had it in my library. Like I say, I've had it in my library for ages and ages and never played it. That's on GOG. Deus Ex: The Invisible War. One of the original Deus Ex games, I believe. Yeah, we're going proper retro. Great thing about GOG is they get these games to work on your PC, even if you've got the latest PC. They basically patch the game internally. Well, sometimes Steam, you'll find you'll buy an old Steam game, like something like this, and you'll have to then find a patch for it and install it yourself. GOG does all that for you. That's the great thing about GOG. So there we are, that's Deus Ex, one of the original ones. Now we've got two games that we're adding to our Epic Game Stores library. We've got Let's Build a Zoo, and I've saved the best to last, but Let's Build a Zoo, I've not seen or played this game. I like the 8-bit retro style graphics. That's pretty cool. Okay. Obviously you're building a zoo. It's a sim style game. It's time to build a zoo. Let's let out your wild side and create your own animal empire with this cute, expansive management sim. What? Stitch together over 300,000 different types of animals? What? A giraffe-elephant to the peaceful panda owl. So you can... That's weird. You can genetically modify your animals within this game. I don't know if I like that or not. Anyway, moving on. This is the great one. I can't believe it. Session. This isn't even that old. Let's have a look when it dropped. 2022 game. So it's coming up to... It was not even 2.5 years old, really. September. So it's a 2.5-year-old Session skate game, and they're dropping it on Epic Game Stores. I've not played it. I've got it somewhere. I think was it on? I can't remember if it was on PlayStation Extra or if I actually have got it somewhere. But there we go. Definitely, if you're into your Tony Hawk's, or what's the other one? Skate, isn't it? Skate. I think this is more like a skate type, where it's more of a simulation type skateboarding game. So that's a really good. I'm really chuffed with that Session. I will be adding and downloading that as well. Now, with the Epic ones, you just claim them. With the GOG ones, it'll give you a code. So if you've already got it, you can give the code to your friend. Same with the Winsbury. If you got that, I think it automatically puts the code in with your email to your account. And the Prime Gaming one just automatically goes to your Prime account if you click it adds it automatically. As you can see, I can just press play game. They automatically add the games to your Prime account. So there we are, great. And don't forget, last week we actually had an Xbox game. That was good, one of the Wolfensteins. Right, let's move along. We're going to pop along to the Steam. And there's always free games. Again, you just need a free Steam account to appreciate this. And the easy way to find the games, press the search button, grab the price, put it to free. Relevance, change that to release date. You can leave it on relevance, but I'm doing the latest ones that have been released. Release, and then hit down here just games, because we don't want any DLC coming in. And then everything from that now backwards in time is listed periodically backwards. And they've even added some new ones since I had a look at this earlier and decided sometimes it's worth clicking the special offers, and if anything appears here it means it's a paid for game that's gone for free, but there's nothing appeared there. So let's carry on. Now, I've missed out on a couple of these. I think I've done it from Mini Royale. What's this? This looks alright. See, maybe we'll check this one out as well. So I'm just going to add this in because I don't know what it is. We're going to have a look at that as well. Right, so we're going to have a look at this Mini Royale because I've only just added this since I've started making the video. And again, this is completely free. Brace yourself for action-packed shooter experience in Mini Royale battle as Green Army toy battles. So essentially it's a battle royale game with army men. That's pretty cool. I like it. Got that toy box look to it. Is it going to break new ground? I doubt it very much. Could be worth a good laugh. There's probably a season pass and all that nonsense going on with it. There's no user reviews as of yet, so it's only just dropped, as you can see. Anyway, the other games I thought we'd have a look at was, these are all free, mind, they're absolutely free, just need a Steam account. This one, and it was called Word Blitz. Puzzle game about swapping letters and making new words. I think that's from the video here, it's pretty self-explanatory. The next one I thought, this one looked good, The Deep Creep. And this is a Doom-esque, Quake-esque style game. Does look pretty good. I like the super retro GIF almost off the gun on the side there, and sort of almost PlayStation 1 graphic style, but it's got really nice lighting if you look. I don't know if it's actually using ray trace lighting or probe lighting. That'll be a job for Digital Foundry to work out. Apparently it's got 3 unique game modes. Deep Creep is a dynamic, stylized first-person shooter. Choose one of 3 unique game modes and defeat all enemies in this dungeon. That's pretty cool. I thought that looked really good. I might actually download that one and play it. Another one then, you want a bit more retro but classic, and it's called Ascent DX. Crash on a desolate but mysterious planet, you find yourself eye to eye with ancient civilization. Explore the planet, find powerful upgrades, and fulfill your destiny. I just love this really super old school 8-bit style graphics there. I mean, it's super low res, but I like the stylization of it. It's nice, pretty good. Like I said, it's full screen this to actually see what it would look like on your screen. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? It's one of those where it actually does look better if you were playing it on a Steam Deck or something. You'd need the smaller screen for it. Okay, so another next free game, Duckstruck. And this is pretty cool. Duckstruck is a fast-paced top-down bullet hell pixel art shooter where you play as a duck, battle enemy zombie ducks, build defences. So it's a bit of a tower defence as well as a twin-stick shooter. I just thought it looked pretty crazy. Looks pretty full on. I can't quite work out what's going on there, but he's building stuff and he's getting shot at. Again, free, quick, easy. And finally, is this really a game? But it just plays to my sense of humour. So I don't know if you can see what's going on here, but the game's called Dead Pixel. I'll put it full screen. Good though. Oh. And as you can see, look, the Dead Pixel there. I can see it there. There. This will really get you paranoid about your screen. I can't see a dead pixel on this one. It must be off screen. There it is there. And I just thought, what a great What a great concept. Stupid, but great. I just thought I'd had to add that in. So there we are. That's Dead Pixel if you fancy wasting 10 minutes of your time and increasing your screen paranoia. I also thought we'd check out some Steam deals under £4. There's loads on here. Particular shout outs. That's City Skylines for £2.50. That's a game that's grown and grown. It's quite old now. I think it's over 10 years old, but they've updated it and the devs have been really good with that game. It's got an absolute horde of DLC, but it's one of those things you could really get into, and it's been like over the 10 years they've continuously adapted and improved, etc, etc. It's now gone on to City Skylines 2 on a new game engine, but there's the original. Hitman World of Assassination, still 85 pence. Oh, remember, this isn't the full game of Hitman. It's like a demo level kind of thing. It's a bit annoying. I don't know if you can see that. Let's click on it because I want to show you the chart. Yeah. So essentially, this is the free starter pack, and I think this 85 pence one. I think you get the episode Espionanza. So you get just one thing, you get the training missions and you get free seasonal content. The rest of the stuff, the story missions and all that, is all hidden behind paywalls as far as I know. Okay, but there we are. That's not bad. Check it out for 85 pence. You get something to play out of it. A lot of the Battlefield games are going for under £4. They're pretty good. Now, if you look here, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, £2.99. Ignore that. Come down here to the Lego Batman trilogy, because Lego Batman 3 is included with the trilogy. The same price, you get 3 games. So you get that one and you get the other 2. In fact, it says there includes 3 games. So I think they have technically combined the 2 things together. So there we are. That's that. Rise of Son of Rome for under £3. Great game. Particular standouts here for quality: Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Great single player Souls-like game, but with a Star Wars skin. Very good. Not as hard as a game like Demon's Souls, but still it is a little bit trickier than the original sort of Jedi Outcast style games. And also on here, Titanfall 2. If you're going to get 2 games off here for £6, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order if you haven't played it, and Titanfall 2. Great single player campaign on Titanfall 2. Still really busy, really good multiplayer, including a horde mode. All still really well, what's the word I'm looking for? Supported, really well supported by the community. Great community in Titanfall 2 and Star Wars Jedi. Great game, single player. Again, you've got a lot of the Hobbit, a lot of the Lego games. You can pick these up cheaper from sites like Aniba. Dirt Rally still there, 2.0, probably one of the best rally games ever made. Still under £4, £3.59. And there's loads of stuff. There's loads of Need for Speed games on here. Most Wanted, £1.79. There's loads of them on here. The Battlefield, I'd go with the Battlefield 4 for definite. I love Battlefield 4. Great campaign, great multiplayer as well, Battlefield 4. Even the 2042 is, I don't think it's on this list. Yes, I think it is actually, because it's $3.99 at the minute for the 2042 Battlefield. Where is it? And they've just released new content. Here it is, Battle 2042, $3.99, and the new game mode is really cool. It's you and a co-op, 4-player co-op against a load of bots. I've seen a friend of mine playing that recently, and he was having a great time with it. So there we are. Check out those Harry Potter, Legos, Need for Speeds. This is a good game. Alice Madness Returns, a bit of a cult classic, only 89p. So there we are. Just check out what you think is a really good deal. I mean, you could go more money if you've got more money, under £12. I can't really see anything that's standing out there, but I haven't bought cheaper elsewhere. As I said, we're going to check out now the world of consoles, and we're here with the PlayStation, and we're going to check out anything added. There's nothing been added to the PlayStation Extra as of last week. It's the same. The big game standouts here are UFC 5, Prince of Persia, the new Siberia game. Apart from that, there's nothing really stand out there. And the monthly games, don't forget to I actually played an hour and I played more than an hour, but 2 hours of Dragon Age. I actually really enjoyed it. My friends posted on Twitter. He said, "Oh, it's really good." I thought, "Okay, I'll try it." And I was like, started playing it. I was like, next thing I know, I was a couple of hours in, and I was enjoying it. Yes, is the characters a little bit wokey? Yes, but played on performance mode. The performance mode plays well. It looks great, and I was enjoying it. I really wasn't like, what's it like 20 or 30 hours in? I couldn't tell you, but if you just play it for the first 4 to 5 hours, definitely worth a shot. I haven't played the other two, but let's move on. And there's nothing added to the premium and nothing added to the VR, so bit of a slow spot there on the PlayStation this week. It's that funny time, isn't it? Game Pass, and that was a bit of a weird one. We ended last week with 33 Immortals, which I would definitely worth checking out, and Mythwrecked. But we've also got here Blizzard Arcade Collection, which they're not great. Even back then, they weren't great games. I can remember Vikings on the old Amiga. Finals, which is a free-to-play game anyway, so whatever. It even says, look, free-to-play, so I don't know why that's on here. Then we've got Naraka Blade Point. Again, it says free-to-play. And then we've got Smite 2 Beta, which will be a free-to-play game. So essentially, we've got one pretty poor quality retro game collection. You know, if they were good retro games, that would be something. They're not. And then we got free-to-play games. So it's a bit of a dead month on PC and console. I thought that the Assassin's Creed Origins was being added, but I must be wrong. Yeah, look, if we go to the most popular games, it's not even up on there. Okay, cool. There we are. So PlayStation and Xbox suck this week. Or Game Pass suck this week. Let's go on, check out some deals. And we're here on... Oh, I've already jumped too far. We're here on Capcom. And they've added a couple of new bundles since last week. There's the Indie Legends bundle. And the other one, they've hidden these quite well. Build Your Own Adventure bundle. And there was one other as well, which Play on the Go bundle. There we are. I'll click on the Play on the Go bundle. There wasn't anything in here that I particularly say go out and grab this bundle, because it's 2 games for 15 quid, and I don't particularly think anything on there is really worth that. That was given away on High on Life, was given away on a Humble Bundle monthly deal. Nothing on there. Right, so we come out of there. That's your Play on the Go bundle. It looks like they're just pushing the Steam Deck stuff, but that's pretty useless. This Build Your Own Adventure bundle, this is a bit better because you get 3 games for a £5, and at least we got the new Beyond the Steel Sky on there. You've got these triple packs. If you're into Deponia, there's a Deponia's triple pack. This one's not bad either. This Mythic Sea, Space and Surreal Adventure. Let me click on it. Sea, Space and Surreal Adventure. You've got Mythic Ocean, What Lies in the Multiverse, and Aspire in His Tale. Let me just take a little... I'm getting a bit of a dry throat. Right, sorry about that. That's not bad for 3 games, literally for £1.66. There are other games in here as well. As you can see, I've got this Atoria, Atone, Dr. Livingstone, Terracotta. The Broken Sword games are definitely worth checking out. Broken Sword 5 and Broken Sword 4. That's a good deal. 4 and 5. So you add one more game maybe. I'd go for that. Actually, that would be a really good sort of point and click adventure style thing. Beyond the Steel Sky, Broken Sword 5 and Broken Sword 4. If you're into those games, that'd be a really good £5 spent. Anyway, so that's your Build Your Own Adventure bundle. But they've also dropped this one, and this is a bit more interesting. It's the Build Your Own Indie Legends bundle, Spring 2025. And in here, you've got some classics in here. Now this price-wise, 2 for a £5. It's not too bad. The Witness, great game, very hard. I can get to the last puzzle, and I struggle on the last puzzle because it's time limited, and you have to do like 5 of the hardest puzzles in one go. And I can usually do 3 or 4 of them, but the 5th one I haven't got enough time to do it. It's really hard, that Witness. Then we got Braid Anniversary Edition. I haven't tried it on PC. It might be a bit more easier to do on PC, but on the PlayStation I was struggling on that Witness. The last one. All the other puzzles I managed to do. Anyway, Braid Anniversary. That's a classic game. I don't know what the Anniversary Edition adds or brings to it. You can play a little video if you want. Turn the sound down. Oh, it's just had a resolution bump. So it's cleaner, crisper graphics. And again, this is a time style game where you're adjusting the time and you can reverse time. Okay. Alright, it's not too bad looking. They've just upped the art rev. Oh yeah, it does look a lot less pixelated. Okay, we're in the indie ones. This Tunguska. Now this was on a deal recently and it was over £5 for the deal. But they got it here, so you can get that for £2.50. That's probably a good deal. And there's a few other things in here. Nothing particularly else is standing out that I know of. But the Everspace Ultimate Edition, Braid, Witness, Tunguska. I don't know about this Nocturnal game, but that's definitely one of the better bundles that have just been dropped. Don't forget, you can always go and check out all the other bundles. I don't like the mystery ones. If you've only got like maybe 100 or less games in your Steam account, fine, go for the mystery. But when you're like me and you've got 1,500 games in your Steam account, and a lot of them are cheaper games, be careful, because you're probably going to end up with a game you've already purchased. It does try to avoid stuff you've got in your Steam library if you've linked your account, like I have, but it doesn't, for some reason it doesn't have all of the games in there. The Spring Bundle is quite nice. Did I have this one? I think this one was on last week. If not, I'm going to put it in here. I'm sure that I put this one in last week. But this Spring Bundle, you can have a game for £1, 5 games for £3. And there's some good ones in here. Streamer Simulator, Kart Racer 2, Internet Cafe, Cobra Kai. The Beast Inside is worth checking out. They've sold the Metal Unit. Sold out of one of these. Blade Assault, that's pretty cool. So there is plenty of stuff there. I always go for the 5 for £3. I'd definitely check out this Streamer Simulator and Internet Cafe. They're good games to actually ironically stream. Await Arwa's Legacy. Alright, cool. Right, there we are. That's your Fanatical out the way. We're going to round off today with the Humble Bundles. And we've got 2 new ones as of last week. Well, actually, there's 3 new ones, but one of them isn't really worth covering too much. In fact, I'll cover 4 here. So we've got Leisure Suit Larry. Now, it's £5.41 for all these Leisure Suit Larry games. There is a soundtrack and art book. Now, literally, Fanatical a few weeks ago... let me just check. Fanatical still got it on? I don't think it is here. No, they did do... Yeah, they've sold out. They did it for £1. What you got here for £5, they did for £1. And I picked it up, but they don't work very well on Steam anymore. Well, the first game doesn't anyway. I started playing Leisure Suit Larry 1, and it was, I mean, we're going back to the early 80s here. And you had to have a lot of patience back then to play your games. But maybe the 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 are a little bit more playable, and maybe I'll check those out at a later date. But anyway, there's your Leisure Suit Larry bundle. I personally wouldn't go for it. There's this Tactical Triumph. I can't remember if I covered this last week. £11.59, 7 games in here. Iron Oath. I don't recognise any of these, to be honest. Pop-Up Dungeon I've heard of. Horn Barbarian. It's quite expensive, really, £11.59. There might be something there that you may see but I'm not seeing, but let's skip that one. The other 2 then were... Oh, that was one of the new ones. Humble Heroines we did last week. The new one, other new one is this one. Right, Dice and Destiny. And again, we can go to £10.04 is the lowest amount paid for all of the games. Now, Sleeper Citizen 2, that's just a voucher off code, so you don't get that. So you get Broken Roads, Deadfire, Citizen Sleeper, Disco Elysium, Pillars of Eternity, and Road Warden. Okay, that's not bad though. Pillars of Eternity 2, sorry, Deadfire. So you get the two pillars. This is like a isometric 3D sort of RPG style game. Like Disco Elysium Final Cut, that's an amazing game. I think that was Game of the Year. What year would that be? It'd be like 2019 or something. It doesn't tell you when the games were released here, does it? There's not much information in here. No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually give you the date. But I can remember it dropping, and I remember it won Game of the Year, Disco Elysium. It's just very clever how it does. But you got Pillars of Eternity, Pillars of Eternity 2. Don't know, Broken Roads must be a newer version of one of these style of games. So for £10, yeah, that's not bad. For a £5, you can get these free games. I mean, that's great for just for Disco Elysium. Pay the £5 and then get the other two games thrown in. £7 gets you the two. £7.72. That's not a bad deal. In fact, if you don't know much about this Broken Roads and you're not interested in buying Citizen Sleeper 2, maybe the £7 is the better deal. Right, I think we're done. Let's get to full view. So, what a good week. Well, it's a terrible week for consoles, great week for PC gamers, especially with the two games there on Epic Game Stores. Nothing particularly stand out or stunning, but it's nice to have choice. At least one of them was a new game. But with the Prime, the Forgotten City, definitely check that out. If you're into Elder Scroll games, or Fallout and like that style of game, go and check out Forgotten City. It's very clever what they've done with that. It's not made by Bethesda either. It's made by like a third-party company that licensed the... I don't know if that Bethesda engine is licensed out or something. I don't know how it uses it, but essentially it uses the Skyrim engine to make a game on. Game Deck, definitely check that out as well. And then Session. Let's go for skateboarding Session, guys. Check out some of the Steam deals, and that's about it really. The bundles weren't particularly great. Really need to hit something a bit stronger on the old Fanaticals, I think, and the Humble Bundles. I haven't seen anything that's made me think, oh, I've got to get that for a couple of months now. So anyway, I've been your host. I've been Glenn, CheapSkate Gamer, or you watch on Rumble, Wokeapotamus. Don't forget, we drop one of these videos every week. There'll be 2 more, I think, more videos, maybe 3 more of these. Then my work starts, and then I'll disappear for a few months, and you'll be on your own. You'll have to get someone else to remind you while I'm working away. And then we'll be back in August sometime to do them. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. Glyn out. Bye now. Have a good week. Ta-ra.
CheapSkate Gaming, yeah, you know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over and join the crew. They'll show you how to game and save money too. CheapSkate Gaming, yeah, you know the name. They got the games that won't break the bank, so come on over.